You know that feeling, right? You turn out the lights, you're ready to sleep, but your brain just decides, nope, now's the time to think about everything. Well, we're going to break down exactly how you can shut that down and finally get some rest.
I mean, does this feel familiar? You are physically exhausted, you've had a long day, and all you want is to just drift off. But your mind? It feels like it just chugged 3 espressos. It is such a common and, honestly, a super frustrating experience. And that's the crazy part, isn't it? The one time you actually need things to be quiet, the world outside cooperates, but inside your head it's like a rock concert just started. You're thinking about tomorrow's to-do list, replaying some awkward conversation from yesterday, or even worrying about something that's weeks away. It all just comes flooding in.
Well, there's actually a name for this feeling. Think of it as a nightly thought storm. It's this storm that brews inside your head right at the moment you're trying to find some calm. So let's talk about what that really is.
See, it's not just about having a lot of thoughts, it's the pattern they get stuck in. It feels completely inescapable, kind of like you're on a mental highway, and there are just no exits. You're just seeing the same old scenery over and over and over again.
So what is actually going on inside our brains when this storm hits? Well, there's a very specific process happening, and you know what? Understanding it is the first real step to breaking free. So let's dig into the mechanics of this thing.
And that brings us to the key term for today, looping. This is the official name for that frustrating cycle. Your mind just latches onto a worry or a task or some random idea, and it just hits replay again and again. It's not productive thinking, it's just a cognitive spin cycle that is actively keeping you awake.
Okay, so this is the million-dollar question, right? If your brain is stuck in this powerful, repetitive loop, what can you actually do to stop it? Well, it turns out the solution is surprisingly simple, but it is incredibly effective.
And here it is. The whole solution boils down to a technique called the mental offload. And the name itself gives you a pretty big clue. It's literally about taking that heavy weight out of your head and putting it somewhere else.
Mental offloading is the perfect counterattack to looping. By physically getting those thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper, you create that off-ramp that your mind is so desperate for. The reason this works is because you're externalizing the thought. You're taking it from this abstract worry floating around in your brain and making it a concrete thing you can see. It's like you're signaling to your brain, hey, I've got this handled. It's written down, you can let it go now.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have looping, which traps your thoughts, makes you feel overwhelmed, and prevents rest. And on the other, you have mental offloading, which gives those thoughts an exit, clears up mental space, and actually promotes rest. They are polar opposites. Okay, so knowing the technique is one thing, but actually putting it into practice, that's what really makes the difference. So let's talk about how to build this into a simple, effective routine you can do every night.
The 2 secret ingredients here are consistency and guidance. Doing this regularly, even for just a few minutes, trains your brain to expect this release at the end of the day. And using guided prompts, basically just asking yourself specific questions, stops you from just staring at a blank page and gives your thoughts some direction.
So here it is, broken down into 3 super simple actions. First, make it a habit. Seriously, 5 minutes a night is all you need. Second, use those prompts. Ask yourself something like, what's on my mind for tomorrow? Or what am I still holding on to from today? And third, just offload. Don't edit yourself, don't judge it, just get it all out of your head and onto that paper.
So, what does this all add up to? Well, this isn't just some quick tip. It's a fundamental shift in how you can end your day. This can become your new go-to practice for a quieter mind.
If you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. It is a direct cause and effect relationship. Mental offloading prevents looping. It's that simple and it's that powerful. If you want to stop that nightly thought storm, you have to offload the thoughts. And really, that's what this is all about. You're not fighting your thoughts or trying to pretend they don't exist. You're just acknowledging them, giving them a home for the night, on paper, and in doing that, you are giving your mind the permission it needs to finally sign off and get some sleep.
So, as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this question. Think about that one thought that you know is probably going to pop into your head as soon as the lights go out. What is it? And more importantly, what do you think it'll feel like to finally get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper tonight?